This is a book of thresholds, of wanting and wincing, of quiet jokes that turn into silent prayers, of bodies that remember, of tenderness that doesn't always arrive politely. Freaky, Nasty, Sexy, Sad is the camera pulled close, intimately close. The body explored on its search to answer, what is this pain? Where is it living? Why can't I seem to let it go? A self trying again and again to tell the truth about what it wanted, what it accepted, what it mistook for love, and what it kept reaching for anyways. Then telling that self, I love you anyway. The 4 adjectives on this cover are not just words, but rather rooms. They are what I've learned to call emotion, fleeting feelings finding their way throughout the body. Sometimes those feelings get stuck, becoming masks worn to survive. Sometimes they are reckless dares. Sometimes they're a liturgical defense, scribbled in the margins of my mustard journal alone. Sometimes they are mosaics made from the paint of naming. Naming can be an act of containment. It can also be an act of freeing. Freaky, Nasty, Sexy, Sad lives in the room between. The space where we endure the pain that is the willingness to name, then unname. To become, then let go of what no longer serves from that becoming, only to then become anew all over again. For me, freaky, nasty, sexy, and sad are just 4 words. Words that popped into my mind during some random Tuesday while I was who knows where, doing who knows what. Once the title came, it couldn't leave. Like lodged feelings, this title was stuck for too long, chained inside of me. I questioned if I could be more than one thing, if I could be both holy and sinner. My life failed to fit either side of the tracks. I continue to fail to fit into any kind of box. I have yearned for people who hurt me despite touching the hot stove a dozen times before. I have crucified myself based on the judgments of others, only to realize that the truth lay somewhere in between, not quite an either or an or. Sometimes we can name, then unname because the box no longer fits. The name functions as a container, a shape. It holds for a while, but is not always forever. This book, no rather I, Austin, doesn't ask you to choose your own words after reading. I don't ask you to take my language or my experiences and make them your own. Freaky, nasty, sexy, and sad are 4 words I chose, but in this house there are many rooms forged by the pen of the perspectives chose. You are venturing into a collection that is also a house, one made of my words. It is something that is both me and not me. When you read these poems, you are venturing into something that mirrors me, my light and my darkness. It does so because it mirrors my life, both inner and outer worlds dressed in E.B. Garamond clothes. Releasing this collection is scary. To know someone may put this book down for the title alone is scary. I'm scared as I type this. I don't publish this from the top of the mountain. I publish from the valley of trying to figure it out. I will be vulnerable. My heart and pain revealed to the eyes of everyone. Writing this book has been my own crossing of threshold, akin into the following epitaph. I refused to shrink. I no longer denied myself to be seen. Enter this book anywhere. Open at random, read a poem, or just this. Close the book, then come back when you're ready or never. If you feel a thread forming, follow it, or don't. Venture first, decide second, or don't. These works speak differently when they sit beside each other. Threads sewn between them, a shape I built slowly with intention. An invitation to witness my journey. Each poem and title serves as trailheads, using shared imagery and motifs, wishes coming true, then shattering, perspectives firm, then radically changed. They use birds, bees, and weather, body parts, trauma, and unmasked shame. If at any point something in you feels seen, too seen, pause, breathe. Drink. Hand the chest, wind and belly. Come back when, if you're ready. It would mean you skimmed past the introduction, which means a whole fucking lot to me. Even so, I care more about you, reader, than about my book being read or rated well. Someone will read it, and someone won't. It doesn't have to be you, but it could be. If you do decide at any point this book is not for me, that's okay. Ruby. I'm just glad you touched something I made. My last ask may be too much. If you decide it's not for you, rather than putting it aside, returning it, or tossing it in the trash, give it to someone. If you don't give it, then tell someone about it. And if you don't tell someone about it, remember that someone you know may be going through a journey just like the one depicted in this book, looking for their own language to describe their own pain. This is Freaky Nasty Sexy Sad. Welcome in.